I think it's really extraordinary that we have these two exhibitions of artists who are really at a very critical moment in their career, Richard Aldrich and Manon de Boer. Richard Aldrich, an artist who is really at the forefront of a group of artists working with a very traditional medium of painting, and really reinventing the way that we understand painting, looking at painting more as an object, more as a sort of situation where the artist is really looking to kind of explore with the kind of canvas that the work is being made upon, almost kind of bringing painting into a much more sculptural dimension, rather than looking at the painting as a picture or as a pictorial experience. I think Aldrich is really really thinking about the painting more as something that's experienced in space, or as a material sort of presence to it. And so I think he's really challenging the way that we think about painting, not only in terms of how we experience it, but also in the way that it's made. And it's really interesting to have him presented at the same time as the Dutch, Belgian-based artist Manon de Boer, who is, I think, really kind of looking at filmmaking in a way that's very similar to the way that Aldrich is approaching painting, really kind of looking at how films are made, and really thinking about film as both a visual experience, but also looking at film in the way that we experience it in terms of sound, but also in terms of space, and how the film is presented in a space, and how the film is affected by, in this case, the sort of space around us, in the gallery space, and how we relate not only to the screen, but also how, in watching the film, we relate to the people around us. And so it's, I think, really a quite interesting pairing to have these two artists working in very different media, but working very much along the same lines. And so I think both artists really exemplify, I think, the kind of work that we want to champion here at the Contemporary Art Museum, St. Louis. Art that is pushing the boundaries of how art is made, art that is really kind of engaging in a number of different concerns and different issues that are very relevant to the way that we experience the world today. And to really kind of look at artists who aren't yet established, aren't yet part of art history, but that we feel really will someday be recognized for their contributions, which I think is really kind of one of the most exciting things about what we represent here at the Contemporary, the opportunity for our audience to really engage with contemporary art as it's being made, and by people who are really helping to write the history of contemporary art as it's being made in the here and now.